Hi guys, welcome back to JD's Kitchen and thank you guys for stopping by. Today on JD's Kitchen, I'm going to share with you guys Cameroonian foods, African foods that can increase breast milk supply. Okay, so if you are a new mom, it is a nightmare for you to not be able to produce enough breast milk for your babies, especially for moms who intend to exclusively breastfeed for 6 months. Your baby is solely depending on your breast milk supply for their feeding, and if you have a baby that is a heavy eater, then you even have more pressure on you to produce more breast milk for your baby. So I'm just going to share with you guys some little things that I've come to know. I had my third baby a couple of months back, and I can tell you guys that from the first, the second, and now the third, I have a little experience and a little knowledge that I can share with you guys on what actually helps to stimulate your breast milk. Watch this video till the end because I'm going to share with you guys two of the most important things that I think helped me or worked when it comes to high supply of breast milk. So let's jump right into the meals themselves. So some of them are ones that I've experienced, I have eaten, and it has worked for me time and again. Then ones that I've heard people share, and then the ones that I've seen people also share online. So let's jump into it. The first one is tiger nuts. Now I saw this a lot online and I was like, is this thing really going to work? And so when I was breastfeeding, every time I go to the market, I would just, these people that sell tiger nuts in trucks, they always have it in trucks. I always buy the fresh one. I prefer the fresh one, so I'll always buy it and I'll eat it. And I started trying to take note. You know, you just buy it and you eat and you just be going along your day, and I'll just forget. But at some point, I started trying to take notes, like, is this thing really working? So on a day that I take it, I'll try to monitor and see how much flow I have, how much, if I'm engorging, or if, like, I'll just try to monitor myself, and I'll realize that it's actually working. So tiger nut is one of the things that you want to include in your meals if you are a breastfeeding mom, and you can find it, I think, in every Cameroonian market. I think so. Another one is pepper soup. Now I don't know how pepper soup and the flow of breast milk relate, but after every time that I give birth, they always bring pepper soup for me in the hospital. Now it's difficult for me to say if this is a myth or if it actually works, but I know that every time I've given birth, they always bring pepper soup, and I'm always encouraged to drink a lot. Now I would say the science behind it is that pepper soup is a lot of water, and water is one of the things that help your breast milk to flow well. So I don't know if the spices, if pepper soup, they have something to do with the increase in breast milk flow, but I think that every time that I take pepper soup, I have a good flow of breast milk. Another one is groundnut. I recently learned about groundnut just when I had my third baby, and it was my friend. I used to call her my prescriber, my doctor. Like when I ask her this, she'd be like, "Oh sis, have you tried taking groundnut? Like, go eat a lot of groundnut." And I started doing it. So for me, these are not scientific, these are not backed by science, because I've not seen any research that says that, oh, when you eat tiger nut, it gives you more breast milk. When you eat this, it gives you. These are things that I have tried and then I've seen them work. So I cannot be able to tell if it's maybe my psychology, because somebody has told me that this thing will work. And then because also your mind has a way of helping your body produce more breast milk. Like if you're stressed, that's why when you don't have good flow, they ask you, are you stressed? Is there a problem? Because if you're stressed, your flow might not also be that good. So yeah, groundnut is one of the things that I took a lot while I was breastfeeding exclusively. I am still breastfeeding, but I am not breastfeeding exclusively now. So the next meal is going to be achu soup. Achu, and of course the fufu itself. When you eat the complete meal, I realize that every time that I eat something that's like fufu, like if I eat water fufu, if I eat gari, like those big heavy meals, whenever I eat them, I get a very good flow. Even yam, like when I'll eat yam and pepper soup, yam and maybe beans or something, I'll have a very heavy flow. And I think it's connected to something which I'm going to share at the end of this video, which I think is the two most important, or the three most important points when it comes to increasing your breast milk supply. So for me, things like gari, fufu, yam, those kind of foods, they always made my supply to be really high. So you can try that if you are a breastfeeding mom and you need your flow to be higher. Then one of the meals also, which is very unusual, I had to actually try it like 4 or 5 times. I tried it a couple of times to be sure that this is what I'm actually experiencing. So there was this particular day I had spaghetti for breakfast, and my supply the whole of that day, my breast milk supply the whole of that day was so high. And I was wondering, like, what did I really eat that could have caused my supply to be so high? and I just could not place my finger on it. I was wondering, like, what could it be? Like, I ate regular meals, like things that I've always been eating, and they have not really caused my supply to be that high. I think that particular day I ate spaghetti twice, so that's why I could point my finger to the spaghetti, like, is it the spaghetti that is causing it? So I tried it for like 4 to 5 times, and I realized that every time that I took spaghetti, now I can't say if it's just spaghetti, because most times when I was breastfeeding exclusively, if I'll take spaghetti, then I'll take it with a cup of tea. So I don't know if it's a combination, because for me, they always used to say, oh, take Ovaltine, take milk. For me, that has never worked. That has never helped me to increase my breast supply. I just find that is you pumping yourself with a lot of milk and Ovaltine, and it never really did much for me when it comes to breast milk supply. But for some people, it did work. So I don't know if it's a combination of the spaghetti and the tea or what, but that's just one thing that I noticed. Now, let me tell you guys what I truly believe helps you aside from the food. Now, one thing I came to realize is that people focus so much on what foods help you increase your breast milk supply, but what I think, based on the research I did online, this is also not backed by any doctor or any pediatrician. Ask somebody that is qualified, but this is my opinion. I think that it's more of how many calories you're taking in. So the higher the calories you take in, the higher your supply of breast milk. That's what I think. I think you cannot put your body on a calorie deficit and then you're expecting to be producing high flow of breast milk. So the first point that I took into consideration was my calories. Like, my calories had to be higher than usual. So if normally without breastfeeding I'm feeding on 2,000 calories, then when I'm breastfeeding, maybe I should add like 300 calories. That might sound like a lot, but that's what I think. Okay. And then after calories, you want to take in a lot of water. You guys, I feel like you wake up in the morning, a breastfeeding mother, you have not drank water and you want to breastfeed. Please, what is breast milk? It is liquid. So how does it form? It needs water. It's liquid. So it's like you feel drained. That's why when you're breastfeeding, you feel thirsty. Like, I'll feel thirsty at night. I always go to bed with a bottle of water because I'm thirsty, and you're being drained. So you need to put in liquid. You need to put in water, and water is different from Coke and Gino. Please take in water, like real water. I'm not talking about all of these other liquids that have gone through processes. Take water. So that's another thing, water. And then breastfeed and pump. You guys, I was pumping. I had breast milk stacked in my freezer. I was pumping a lot. I was letting my baby latch on a lot. Okay, if you have the time and you are exclusively breastfeeding your baby, please, you want to make sure that your baby is sucking a lot. That way you get to just stimulating. So what happens with breastfeeding is that the more the demand, the more the message is sent to the body, to the brain, the more your body is creating more breast milk. How to explain this? So it's demand and supply. So the more the demand, the more the supply. So as your baby is pulling, or as your pump is pulling, it's sending information to your body that there's need for more supply because there's a constant demand. So yeah, those are the points that I had to share with you guys. Thank you for watching. If it's your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.